Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
January. Mining, farming, construction, trading, in general goods, dealers in precious minerals, oil and gas, import and export of general goods. If you don't show us what the change has been, then there shouldn't be an argument.
Let me help you. I can help you.
Okay.
What's the paper?
Okay,
Give it to me. I can help
these
you.
are the documents that Sammy Gyamfi brought into the studio that Kabiru wants to rely on to make a point.
First, in his presentation, he produced the old certificate of Bauer Rock Company Limited to make his point. It was tendered in and accepted. Again, he proceeded to submit the new certificate, which was done in January 2025. The new certificate. In fact, as a matter of fact, this is not even the new certificate, but the change of the name. That was done in January 2025.
What?
He submitted, no, June 2025, sorry.
What is certificate?
Please, this is a certificate.
This is 14th day of January 2025.
2015.
2015. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Let me help you. They are a document. Let me tell you. They are your document.
So sure.
This document is accompanying this. Okay. It's from this document which was done in June 2025 that this one was produced.
This is the date it was. This was the date it was printed from the system.
That is what
what is he talking about? This is the date the document was printed.
So there's a simple question I have. Hold on. Sammy,
okay, I don't even want to interject.
There's something
If you want to use my document, don't lie about what is on the face of the document.
Gentlemen, there's something I'm doing and I want to do it methodically, surgically. He says there was a change. I have simply asked him, when was the change?
Yes.
Now you are pointing to the date of printing of the document to say there was a change when there was no change. Do you admit that?
No, but I don't admit that.
If you don't admit, then show us where there was a change.
And that's what I'm saying, that if you will indulge me and if you will be kind enough to let me advance my point, I'm sure you will get the totality of my thought and the point I'm advancing.
Okay.
First, and I'm saying that this frequent interaction.
Doc, just hold on 1 second. 1 second. Before you go there, the documents you are holding, none represents a change in the registration or the company's objects of business in 2025. They are documents dating to 2015 as to the registration of incorporation and commencement of business and their objects. The date of print is 2025 of the objects which you are holding. The date of print,
first and foremost,
cannot be communicated to say
first and foremost,
that the company has changed its business.
It's not right that the company changed its business in 2025, in 2015. It's not right. Its own document says that the name of the company, this change, let me start. Certificate of incorporation of a company. I hereby certify that Bauer Rock Limited, original called Bauer Rock Company, which name was changed by a special resolution and with the approval of the Registrar of Companies on the 20th day of November 2023. Was incorporated under the Companies Act 1963, Act 173, as a limited liability company on the 14th day of January 2015. So this is referring to the 2015.
Yes.
This is referring to the initial incorporation. But subsequently, there was a change of name. And there was a change of name and a change of object.
When? That's the first
I have read that to you on the face of the document.
My question to you, which I need us to make progress on, is that
I'm sure
once you say there is a change in objects, show us the contrary.
And I'm telling you that if Sammy Gyamfi is bringing us the original document, licenses, and he has not accompanied with the previous, I'm sure that the question you should have asked is, where is the original of this?
No.
You did not ask that.
This is your presumption.
No, you did not ask that.
This is your presumption.
Samson, you did not ask that. I am raising it.
Wait. This is Company Law 101. The presumption you are making, I can say here, has no basis. Unless you show me a document that says that there was a change in the objects of the business. What you are holding is the certificate of incorporation and then a change in name. Okay? A change in name. You are suggesting that the change in name will automatically come with change in objects. That is not correct.
That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that we have followed this company.
Okay.
We have done analysis of this company. We have told you that the company was not owned by Rashid Bawa Ambassador, which they initially stated. That's the first thing. No. I'm making a point.
Let's listen to him now.
I'm making a point.
It's okay. Nobody should interrupt him.
Unless, of course, you are not interested in me advancing my point. And if I have to start, it's 48. Allow me to make my point. It's not owned by Rashid Bawa. That's the first point I made. Secondly, I stated that on the searches for this particular company, nowhere, and I think that point has also been made by Bright, nowhere have we established that this company was involved in gold export, except to say that his own evidence is telling us that it was a buyer for certain aggregators. That's the point. The third point I'm making is that there was a change in the name of the company. And I'm saying that Bawa Rock Company Limited is not the same as Bawa Rock Limited, because the object of incorporation that was accompanying the change of the name, we don't have a corresponding object of incorporation for the initial one. And I am saying that what we know by our research, that it was set up for the purposes of farming, and that they never undertook anything related to aggregation of gold. And that's the point. I'm saying if
in 2016, you have seen a license issued to this company by Precious Minerals Marketing Company, correct?
I've seen a license.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying that a license does not necessarily mean that you have the experience. Unless, of course, you are telling me that the mere fact that I have a license shows that I have experience. We are saying that the company must demonstrate activity within the sector. He said a minimum of 3 years.
You said it was in farming. And I'm showing you that a year after, we have all seen the document, a year after, it got a license from the PMMC 2016. So you cannot say it was involved in farming. And in any case, Saammy Gyamfi has come here with documents, evidence to show. If you contradict him, my only request is that show me the evidence. That's the name of the game.
And I am saying that we have demonstrated, and until this document came, it is on our proof that this document even came. You admit that it is based on our proof. And I'm saying that Saammy Gyamfi has not even complied with his own act, which says that the fact that we are struggling, and you are now putting the burden on we, the Ghanaians, to prove which Bawa Rock is even unfortunate, because the law that established this institution requires that this information should be in the public domain. So even turning the burden of this particular proof is quite unfortunate to start with. But that said, we also know
the very basic principles of law, and even for any argument, is that he who alleges must prove. If you allege the contrary to the facts that we have all seen the evidence to, the onus is on you to prove that.
There's also reverse onus provisions. There are also reverse onus provisions, and I'm saying that that's not the basic.
Okay, go on.
For every law, there's exception.
You can go on now.
So let us not go there.
Okay,
I'm not a lawyer, but I can appreciate some of this things.
Yeah,
I can appreciate some of this things. So let us proceed as such.
Go ahead.
Now, Bawa Company clearly, it's a company that has been given the monopoly, no Gold Board. The whole essence of Gold Board was to say that they want to give Gold Board a state monopoly of our natural resources. But invariably, by this arrangement, it is Bawa Rock that has been given the monopoly of our resources. Nowhere within the scheme can you find Gold Board involved in the trading, except to say that they are using Gold Board as their trader. And that is what we are saying, that it's a scheme deliberately designed. And even at the incorporation, when we're discussing the law, we raise an issue. Look, why can a regulator be the same as a participant? If you want, provide a special purpose vehicle or introduce a company, incorporate a company that will be interested in the dealing, in the trade aspect, whilst Gold Board does the regulatory aspect of the work. They did not listen and they proceeded well. So clearly, we don't think that, and I don't think that the explanation provided to suggest that we should accept Bawa Rock as a company so properly incorporated, which is true, and that has the requisite experience in order to support this particular transaction of actually mortgaging the resources of our country to one company and all other companies are at their detriment or their peril is not something that we should condone as a country. Now, let's even talk of Goldboard as a company. He says that the design of Goldboard was not to make profit. When we agreed to even give them a seed capital of 2.5 billion, the essence was that it was to be refunded. That's one. The essence was that Goldboard was to make profit, and he called it surpluses. And if you want to understand better, go and read section 16 to 20 of the Act and the financial matters. Clearly, this is a fund that is not going to be charged on the consolidated fund. All expenses of the Goldboard, within the contemplation of the lawmakers, we made the law. We never contemplated a situation where expenses of Goldboard will be charged on the consolidated fund.
What does that mean?
What it essentially means that it was supposed to be a private, pseudo-private or quasi-private institution, self-sustaining and making profits. So in nowhere within the contemplation of the law, and people say that Goldboard is not designed to make profit and is supposed to, serve a certain good, and that if it makes losses, it's okay. I don't even think that it is acceptable for anyone to entertain such a discussion, because when we made the law, it was clear that Goldboard is supposed to be financial viable, and he reported, and I can quote him. Mr. Senyahosi stated that Goldboard will not be like Cocoa Board. He stated.
But in
an interview, and he stated that because of the regulatory framework and because underlying is financial sensitivity.
Absolutely.
Okay, so basically, all this discussion of trying to make Goldboard as if you cannot say that. Financial sustainability of the operation of Goldboard is something that is not significant to the extent that we are getting 10 billion. Basically, that's the argument they are making.
Nobody has made not me.
Now, I'll proceed. There are losses. I'll handle the losses. And the losses are purely transactional losses. And if you incur operational losses or transaction losses, there's no better semantic. There's no embellishment. There's no economic rationalization of trying to say such a loss is not a financial loss to Bank of Ghana through the operation of Goldboard. Then we'll be making nonsense of the analysis Imani did in respect of gold for oil. We're making nonsense of the analysis we did in respect of gold Cocoa Board. We're making nonsense with respect of every state agency, state-owned enterprises that we have so dealt with. Because every single one of them underlying those establishments is a public good. Yeah. All of those particular institutions that have been incorporated under the banner of the state, underlining them are public goods. So if Goldboard cannot be an exception under the circumstances for people to come and tell us that, it is okay for Goldboard in his operation to make losses before, because, and even, I need to state this record straight. He stated, even his concluding remark that, it is normal because we made losses in the previous government. It is factually inaccurate.
I stated that.
It's factual because under the gold for reserve.
So
he stated, and he showed a graph.
No, this is what he did. This is what he did. This is what he did. Hold on. This is what he did. He tried to differentiate between the costs they have incurred and the losses that were occasioned in 2022, 2023, and 2024.
Yes.
And then project that, because I had asked the question, what were they doing or what are they doing to reduce this? He doesn't want to call it losses, cost.
Yes.
That's where he went to.
And I'm saying that he concluded by saying that even if they were costs, they have done better in terms of the cost because they have been able to do 100 kilograms or tons, and that they are doing a cost of $214 million. Basically, that was the conclusion he made. And I'm saying that is even factually inaccurate. If you want to know that it is factually inaccurate, go and read the annual report and financial statement of the Bank of Ghana. And if your production will be kind, I'll be kind enough to give them a specific page, page 59 of that report. It clearly states the cost. And that cost has nothing to do with gold for reserves. The cost was associated with the gold for oil program. So this is the first time, unprecedented, that we are making a loss from trading of gold.
Really?
This is the first time. The losses that were made in 2023, 2024 were for the gold for oil program.
2022, 74.
And these figures are even wrong.
2023,
let me tell you, the figures are patently falsehood.
2024,
I'm telling you that they are wrong figures.
4 billion. You are saying that all these losses had nothing to do with
I'm saying that gold for reserve program And this is the first time a government is making loss from trading goods.
Okay.
And that's the point that every Ghanaian has to know. For instance, the Bank of Ghana, page 59 of that annual report, stated that the losses from the Go for Oil program for 2023 was 1.82 billion. Right?
Go for what?
For 2023 was 300. Go for oil, 317 million. And for 2024, 1.82 billion on page 59. So
those figures are different from this.
That's the point I'm making. Where did he get those particular figures from? And that is the disservice we are doing to the good people of Ghana.
Samson, one quick point. There is a jewelry subsidiary of Gold Board. It would be good when Mr. Saammy Gyamfi is explaining this notion that they don't have anything to do with commercial. He should explain to us whether that jewelry subsidiary is also a policy mechanism.
That's a commercial entity.
And you see,
it's a commercial entity under Gold Board.
Yeah.
So you should explain whether that's also a policy mechanism.
That's a limited liability company. It's a business.
Yeah.
Under Gold Board.
Yes, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
As a business, a business.
It's Kabiru's time.
Yeah.
There are two different things, guys.
So the point is that even if we sell perishable commodities like tomato, people still make profit. Okay, and in the trading of gold, you are making losses, and you think that it is okay because of some economic benefit you are getting. Even if you want to do the economic analysis, what is the opportunity cost of crowding other participants from the market? The VAT that you have been paying, the employment that you will created, the income tax from the export by those people. Have you valued all those as part of your economic cost? When you do that analysis, you realize that it far exceeds the 10 billion that they are talking of. So you cannot hide under economic analysis to say that.
And the 10 billion is not a profit.
The 10 billion is not profit. That's what I'm saying. It's far excess.
You should be careful.
And even if you are going to factor in the operational cost, it's clear that the profit that is being made is nothing to write home about. Okay. So that explanation that the losses are okay and that this is and you see something. The very design of their gold purchase program is designed to make losses. And if you look at the financials of Gold Board, you realize that about 60% of what they are claiming they have made profit from is come from the Bank of Ghana. Take the breakdown of their financials.
No, I think all of it.
Okay,
Even the
large one, except the large one. So they are basically bleeding the Bank of Ghana to say that they are making profit.
What?
You understand? But for the Bank of Ghana, Gold Board will be on its knees. And you don't call that operational efficiency. You don't call that making profit. You don't say that you are financial commercial, because at the underlying your success or so-called success is a bleeding state institution. And you see, if DOG is even grounded to its need, it has implication on the very economic fundamentals we are talking about. Why do we raise concerns about DOG finance of central government? As a matter of fact, this particular transaction has been characterized as quasi-fiscal. It's characterized as quasi-fiscal because...
Very good point about domestic restructuring. When Bank of Ghana made losses because it decided that it was not going to get the money that it has borrowed back from the government. Remember that debate? Yeah. Why didn't we say that was to help the country? So if Bank of Ghana says, we are going to accept haircuts from the government, that's fine. Why were we... Wasn't we in this studio that we were berating the Bank of Ghana for allowing the government to overborrow and never make those losses?
Right, okay.
The point would have to be made clearly that, one, the so-called losses or the so-called economic losses are not economic losses per se. They are financial losses. That is one, because they are arising out of financial transaction. Okay. Two, the argument that economic losses are okay because it is coming at a cost or at a benefit of some foreign reserves coming in. It is not also entirely true. Because let me give you the data. Before the NPP left office, reserves were over 99 billion. It was over 9 billion.
How did you build that reserve?
The reserve was built because we go for reserve program.
Exactly.
It was not. It's not the same thing. 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 Look, under this government, they are doing gold for fun.
Depending on borrowings.
Please. They are doing gold for fun.
About? There are different
They are doing gold for fun under this
That's my only problem.
And that's gold for fans.
Funds.
Yes, they are doing gold for funds and they were not for gold for reserves.
You mean FANS?
FAFUND. Funds. Yeah.
Funds.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are doing that. You know how they are doing that? By asking the commercial banks, bring money. They'll take the money, provide CD to Gold Board. Gold Board will go and buy. They'll bring it to support the CD. Basically, it's not reserve. Reserve it's a liquidity issue. Reserve is basically building the reserve, and they have other about monitoring.
Did you hear what the IMF said about what they've been able to do?
I've read it. I've read it. The IMF is talking about the goal. I mean, the goal for reserve program. The IMF didn't talk about the goal for funds program.
Speaks about the DPP.
Please,
we can
give me that page
and
again.
also
What
go
the
for
IMF said
reserves.
about-
I am telling you that. Can we allow us unpack these things?
boy.
Because you see,
Yes,
if
that's
you don't
it.
allow us unpack
You
these
are not
things,
packing. You are
if you
just
unpack these things, you are not doing
with inaccurate information. That's my problem.
The question I was asking is,
Quiet time.
the question I was asking is, wait. The question I was asking is, when the IMF says, in page 20 of the report, when it says that the scaling up of the domestic gold purchase program has allowed the BOG to meet its program reserve accumulation objectives, reaching the 2028 reserve coverage target in 2025.
Now,
what does that mean?
The question is, good, let me explain to you what that means. There's a domestic gold purchase program. Under it, even in the previous government, under it we have gold for reserves. And then we have gold for oil. That was a part of the domestic gold purchase program. The whole essence of the gold for reserve was to build our reserve. And that was why when we took over, reserves was about 8 ounces. And it was built to 31. It was a conscious effort within those particular periods to build the reserves.
I think there's some slight confusion we need
Okay.
to clear. In terms of the difference between gold reserves and general reserves.
General reserves, yeah.
So
They're not
gold,
the
we
same.
have moved
I agree.
from gold from 31 to 34.
Yes.
But general reserves is what that account
Yes.
says
So
11%.
on the general reserves,
The IMF
because
says,
we
the
convert-
IMF says that.
we can liquidate.
The IMF says that
Yeah.
the large and increasing scale of gold for reserves
Yes.
program,
Yeah.
notably since the creation of Gold Board,
Yes.
is a source of Ghana's FX. Is it source of Ghana's FX markets long? No, the continuation is somewhere. It's a source of Ghana's. It's a source of significant downside risk.
They are saying it's bad. It's a bad thing. That's what they are saying. That's the English that you just read.
And he says
That's
about
a bad-
it. He says it's risk.
That's not risk.
It's not a good thing.
Yeah, so even their own report, their own report is telling you. And you see why you even pointing that for you to read it.
It's not vindication.
Because
That is
the only
not
matter.
outside risk is the problem.
No, they are telling you that, even the report, they are telling you that that program, because of the opacity of that particular program, and because the Bank of Ghana is using money that is coming from this particular program to intervene, which they call FS intermediation.
Where's the opacity?
Which mediation we don't even know the broad contours of which. The IMF has raised significant issues.
Thank you.
But
Thank you
I've
very
not had
much.
the 30
You're still
minutes
here.
that you are.
Hold on. Are you checking your time?
You have had 30, 40 minutes.
How many minutes have you done?
I've done some 20 minutes.
20.
Yeah.
23.
You have done like almost 24. But hold
No,
on.
over 20 minutes.
No, hold on. You see, I've heard you speak about issues and repeat them over and again.
Yes.
And then new things come up, and then you know, get back on that to discuss. So let's not give the audience an impression as if you are being stifled from your presentation. At a point, it was almost obvious that you had exhausted your presentation.
I've
But
not.
a few things that were asked brought you in, and Bright also mentioned something that led you to say a few things. So please, let's pause here. I'm taking my next break. When I return, Senor, you have been pushing me, but I'm going to Saammy Gyamfi because I made him a promise. Hold on. You are here.
No.
Kabir, hold on. Kabir, hold on. A number of issues have been raised. All of them are thrown at the same Gold Board. And the reason the Gold Board CEO is here is so that he can respond to some of these things you raise. You don't like that? So hold on. We take a break. When we return, I'll give Saammy Gyamfi a very brief time to respond. Very brief time. And I mean it.
Then there is no point. Because
hold on.
You should be patient.
Hold on.
We take a break. Bright has said a number of things. Kabiru has said a number of things.
Abdul Kabiru is MP for Wale Wale and member of the Finance Committee of Parliament. Senor Hosi, who is here to speak on this subject, is convener.
After 3 hours.
Yes, so be patient with me. convener, One Ghana Movement, and trustee of the Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey. Right, I've got some messages I like to share, just a few of them before we get to Sammy Gyamfi for his responses on the issues that have been raised. But you have heard Dr. Kabiru, and there was something I was thinking about, that a company incorporated to farm received a license under their regime.
No, it wasn't under our regime.
To trade in gold.
2016 was not under our regime.
It was not under your regime.
Yes.
2016.
Yes, it was
not
not
under
doing
farming.
Yeah,
and
it was not
PMFC
under our
gave it a
regime.
license to trade,
Yeah.
to deal in gold.
Yeah, so let's correct
Okay.
that. Yeah.
But the various reports we have had of the activities they had done over the years, it cuts across throughout your regime. They were in the business. Throughout your regime, they were in the gold license, Bower Rock, and this is 2019.
Was in power.
Was this a renewal or
The renewal.
Yes.
Yeah, renewal. So
Yeah,
you
so
can say,
PMMC renewed the license of a farmer company
I'm not sure what the line
to trade in gold, to buy gold. To buy gold.
NPP government.
All right. It's just something I was thinking about. That's all. That's all. Thank you very much. So now,
All right.
Sammy, just hold on briefly for me. Okay, I'll listen to you and return to read some of the messages. Please forgive me. I'll read some of your messages.
Thank you very much, Samson. First of all, I want to start with some of the issues that Bright raised. His first argument was that Cocoa Board is just like Gold Board. Cocoa Board is also not primarily a profit-making institution, just like Gold Board. And yet, we discuss Cocoa Board losses, so nobody can stop anybody from discussing Gold Board losses. First of all, that argument is flawed because let's even assume that you can make that comparison between Cocoa Board and Gold Board. Cocoa Board has been recording losses, Gold Board has not recorded a loss. So that comparison doesn't cut it. That's number one. Gold Board has not made a loss, and it doesn't matter how many times you repeat that falsehood, it will not make it right. Gold Board is a corporate body, a body corporate. In fact, it is a public corporation. It has not made a loss. Number two, no, you must understand that there is, even though Gold Board and Cocoa Board has similarities in terms of mandates, our trade models are different because we are dealing with two different commodities. Cocoa Board provides incentives and support to cocoa farmers in the form of cocoa rows, cocoa fertilizer, chemicals, rehabilitation. And so by virtue of that, are justified to give cocoa farmers prices that sometimes are 30-40% discounted. Gold Board provides no gold rules or no such incentives to miners, and therefore cannot have a justification to buy gold at a discount or to trade gold the same way cocoa is traded. Understand that. Number two, whereas cocoa is very difficult to smuggle because it is bulky. To smuggle cocoa for it to make financial sense means you're carrying bags and bags of cocoa, putting it in a truck to smuggle. Gold is a small asset, but high value asset. You can put 1 kg of gold in your pocket and cross the border, and nobody will know that you're carrying something. So you don't manage cocoa the way you manage gold. And when you're drawing parallels in a debate like this, make sure you're comparing like with like, not oranges with apples. In any case, this is the main point. Nobody is saying don't assess the efficiency of the Gold Board model like you assess the efficiency of the Cocoa Board model. But in assessing the efficiency of a policy, any policy analyst worth his salt would do that assessment from the perspective of policy objects and policy goals. So, Cocoa Board is making losses. Yes, you are right to assess that. Is Cocoa Board delivering on its mandate? Gold Board was established for the purpose of foreign exchange generation and supporting gold reserve accumulation. So when you are analyzing the efficiency of our model, you don't only look at cost, if indeed we were even incurring cost, but we are not. Currently, it is the BOG. This year, we may. Okay, but you look at it from the perspective of our cost versus the realization of our mandate or objects. That is not what you're doing. You're talking cost. In all your write-ups, you have never acknowledged the role and impact of Gold Board on this economy.
That's not correct.
Which the IMF even does. So that's number one. Number two,
I'll come to it.
He makes the argument that G4O was not for profit, and yet we discussed losses under it and it has been scrapped. Yes, G4O was also a monetary policy intervention, not for profit per se. Our criticism of G4O was one, opacity. We didn't know who were the aggregators. We didn't know how good was being bought. We didn't know a lot of things. And the most important thing was that it was not delivering the outcomes it was supposed to deliver, at least relative to cost. So BOG did a cost-benefit analysis and said that, look, the exposures we are having under G4O, both on the gold side and on the oil side, is not worth the benefits we are getting in terms of fuel price reduction, which was or stability, which was the object of G4O.
On inflation.
So that is why they have scrapped it. So when you're doing the analysis, situate it in the right context. Then he says that we are interested in knowing the full chain of risk and issues and so you are interested in knowing. It means you don't know. And when you are interested in knowing something, you ask questions. You don't jump into hasty conclusions. That's number 3. Then number 4, he says the CEO of Gold Board will not admit losses, but will say that there is some cost anywhere. Hello, I said Gold Board has not made losses, and you have not been able to show that Gold Board has made losses. All you're talking about is cost under a BOG program. And you want to create an impression that cost under a BOG program on BOG books is Gold Board's cost. Where did you get that kind of analysis from? Where? So you are wrong. And we are not sharing blames, because what the BOG has done is worthy of commendation, like all Ghanaians are commending them. It is only you, or you Kabiru and the likes, who want to create an impression as though somebody at BOG has done something wrong, for which reason blame should be shared. For you to say that, oh, if at all that there is, you are saying that the issue is about burden sharing, or what did you even say? Blame sharing between Gold Board. It should be about blame sharing between Gold Board and the Gold Board. Don't worry, there is nothing like blame sharing.
All of it.
Again, he talks about no matter how you look at this, it is a trading loss and not just a mere administrative loss. Why? Because the IMF has said so. Okay, we are saying whether trading or administrative or whatever, we have explained to you that the bulk of this cost, which you are calling loss, over 97% of it comes about as a result of exchange rate translational differentials, because we buy gold at market exchange rate as pertains to non-bank transactions, but accountants convert FX proceeds at BOG rates. That is it. And I've also explained to you why we buy gold as spot to fend off smugglers, because we want to prevent what happened in 2021, when a 3% discount led to a sharp decline in ASM gold output from 39.3 to 3.4 tons. And therefore, we incur transaction cost. You understand? So understand that. Then he says that from their investigations, they have heard that some self-financing aggregators are saying that BOG, Bower Rock is making their business difficult. They can't compete. But who told you that licensees of Gold Board are supposed to compete among themselves? Who told you that? If you don't have information, ask. Who told you that? A self-financing aggregator is not supposed to go and borrow money from any bank for any business. You don't even know that. The reason why we have allowed for self-financing aggregators is so that if there is an off-taker somewhere who wants to send dollars in advance of exports, he can send the dollars to a licensed self-financing aggregator through Gold Board's account. Gold Board takes the dollars and give the CD equivalent to the self-financing aggregator to go and buy gold at Gold Board's price. There is nothing like competition. at Gold Board's price. And then Gold Board exports the gold to the off-taker of the self-financing aggregator. We did not introduce that layer of license buying to create competition among license buyers, which will eventually lead to price hikes. Okay. And that will come on our books as increased costs. Then he says that Bower Rock, we checked from Income, and Bower Rock was not an exporter, and now they have learned that Bower Rock was only buying for somebody. Who told you that under the old regime, we only had gold exporters? Under the old regime, you must know that the PMMC issued gold trading licenses for people to buy and sell gold locally. That was PMMC licenses. And then we had the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources issuing license for people to buy and export gold. Bauer didn't have a license to buy and export, but he had a license from PMMC from 2016, 2017 to 2024 to buy and sell gold in Ghana.
So if you can keep your responses crisp enough, so I'm bringing in Senor.
And he was far bigger.
You have done about 9 minutes.
Hold on.
I want Senor
you
to
can't give me 9 minutes
it's most unfair.
As the CEO.
It's most unfair to
Senor. No, I come to him, and Senor himself may even give me part of his time. So I beg you.
He hasn't said
That's number one. That's number one. Then number two, he says that everything I've said about all the issues about Bower Rock is enough for Kojo Oponkroma and the NPP to have a suspicion that something may be wrong. Really, Bright? You hold press conferences based on suspicions?
Yes.
You write yes. All your write-ups based on suspicions?
In democracy, yes.
No. You don't go to town with suspicions as though they are conclusive facts.
They say,
when you have suspicions,
it's not mere suspicion. Sammy, they say
yes.
It is an arrangement, a system to bleed the state whilst an individual is making a benefit.
Rather, and I've explained to you with documents that they cannot dispute, that rather it is a sensible risk mitigating measure to make sure that if you are going to give public funds to somebody to buy gold, you get a guarantee against it. That is a no-brainer. Again, he says that all he's asking for is transparency. Really? And I heard Kabiru saying that what we are doing is opaque. BOG raises CDs, syndicate CDs from the market, FSCs, for Gold Board through an auction. Do you know the meaning of an auction? You call an auction opaque. It means you don't even know what an auction is. Gold Board buys gold by law through licensed buyers. And all our licensed buyers are published on our website. Anybody can go and check, including Bower Rock. And you are calling for transparency. What information did you need that you asked and we didn't give you? Let's go on. Then he says that obviously there will be shortfalls based on our trading model. So how will the shortfalls are financed through foreign reserves? Any trading shortfalls that arise as a result of policy cost is financed through the same reserve. And the key thing here is that after we finance the shortfalls, the reserve has increased from $8.9 billion as of December 2024 to over $13 billion as of December 2025. The reserves didn't go down after we financed the trading shortfalls. It rather went up exponentially. Then he says that if we buy gold with high-powered money, it will lead to inflation, so there will be high sterilization costs. Sterilization cost will even be higher if you don't attain FX market stability. That is trite. Again, you must know that when the Bank of Ghana uses high power under the NPP, they say
you should be concluding.
Oh, Charlie, you are making me rush through very important matters that your viewers expect a duty bearer like me.
Substantive issues have been canvassed over 1 hour. Substantive issues have been canvassed over 1 hour.
Then he says that we have pre-committed. He says that he doesn't know whether we have pre-commitments with off-takers. We don't have pre-commitments with off-takers because we don't take advances. You wrote on your your X page that we have only one main off-taker, that is BOG, or one or two. You said 2 or 3.
I didn't say that.
We have 7. Under the NPP, there was only one off-taker called Alpha Stream. One off-taker. You didn't write anything about Alpha Stream. Let me finish. Alpha Stream was selling to Stonex, who didn't even have a contract with the BOG.
I was the first person to talk about Alpha Stream.
The Dr. Siama-led BOG has introduced 7 off-takers. They are Vintage Bullion, they are Gold Saddle, they are Well Gold, they are Sovereign Pinnacle, and all that.
All of them are published on my site.
Again, you say that a large-scale gold is also bringing dollars. Who has said large-scale gold is not bringing dollars? But we are saying that for the first time in the history of Ghana, the small scale sector, because of the good work done by Gold Board, has beaten the large scale sector. Whereas as at 24th December 2024, large scale gold sector had brought in FX to the tune of $9.2 billion. Small scale has brought in $10.8 billion. First time in history. Then you say that, why should we give all the CD stability credit to the Gold Board? Whoever said that Gold Board should be given all the credit? Nobody has said so. But you told Senor that if policymakers and government officials tell you that subsidies are good, then it means subsidies are good. Well, the finance minister says that Gold Board is the single most critical intervention that has led to the stability of the cedi. The Bank of Ghana says so. The IMF has said so. So why do you want us not to believe the finance minister, the governor of the Bank of Ghana, the IMF, and believe Bryce Simmons?
Thank you.
Now to Kabiru, I'll do that in 5 minutes, and I promise you that. Number one, I'm rushing through. When I'm done, I'm done. You've spoken over 30 minutes, so let me finish. Kabiru says here, they don't do basic checks, and they come and sit on radio and embarrass themselves. He says that this issue about Bower Rock has come up because Sammy Gyamfi and Gold Board didn't comply with Section 42 by publishing contracts and whatever. If you have been doing research, you would have known that immediately we awarded Bower Rock a license, we published it on our website. Go and check. Then he says that
contract is different from license.
You see something, this guy.
Contract is different.
Please, for those of you watching, let's give you proper legal company law education. A company, please, when you were speaking, I didn't interject you once. Bower Rock was registered on 14th January 2025. This is a certificate. 2015, this is it.
Yeah.
Bower Rock then changed its name from Bower Rock Limited to Bower Rock Company Limited on 20th day of November 2023.
Correct.
This is it. A change of name is not the same as change of objects. Please don't embarrass yourself. Kodio Upon Chroma goes to do a presser, runs away from newsfile, sends you, then you come and embarrass yourself about things you don't know. Now let's come. Then he says that Bower Rock has been given a monopoly even though Gold Board was supposed to be a state monopoly. You didn't read in the Gold Board Act that the Gold Board, even though it's a state monopoly, the sole buyer and seller of all gold, the Gold Board is supposed to exercise that power through its licensed buyers. Don't you know that? Or you read that because Gold Board is a monopoly, then Gold Board itself as a state agency will nationalize gold trading, set up offices and buy all gold, and take out all private licensees out.
Thank you, Sammy.
You don't understand? I'm wrapping up. Then he says that the losses I spoke about are fake.
That's substantial.
I'm giving you my chat with somebody that I will not mention.
Okay.
In fact, I can mention. I think I have it. I'm mentioning that this is from the governor. This is from the governor of the central bank.
Which document? Which document?
Hold on. You don't even know simple things. You don't even know the difference between the change of name.
The page number you took us to spoke about the gold for oil.
Yes,
not for the gold for reserves. And gave figures that are not the same as the gold.
Whose number is this? Samson.
It's not true. Samson, it's not true. I have the report.
Right?
I have the report.
These are the losses.
It's not true.
Please.
It's not true.
This is from the governor.
Yes.
Okay.
2023 losses. G4O, gold for oil, 1.1 billion cedis. Gold for reserve, 973 million. Total,
so they are separate.
2.15 billion. They are all under G4R.
Okay.
Then you come to, they are all under domestic gold purchase program. Yes. Then you come to 2024 losses. G4O, gold for oil, 667.7 million cedis. Gold for reserves, 4.1 billion.
All right.
And you are here. Okay. You are supposed to know these basic things.
Sammy, don't.
And then finally, I'm not attacking them. I'm only expressing surprise.
No.
Expressing surprise. You see, he says that he's checked our financials and 60%.
I'll come back to you.
He says that 60% of our fees come from the a BOG. So we are bleeding the BOG. Where was 60% of the fees of PMMC coming from? When we took office, PMMC had a 2023 good purchase agreement with BOG. The fees that PMMC under you, NPP, were receiving is the same fees Gold Board has received without even an increment of 1 cedi. You don't know this? You don't know this? And you're on news file embarrassing yourself. And you're talking that you're talking about the fact that an auction is opaque.
Thank you.
I will not even waste my time on these people. I will not banter.
It's okay. Hold on. Sammy, you have done 15, 16 minutes extra.
Who said that to review a policy means to cancel it?
Hold on.
I will not banter with that. It tells you how they think. To review a policy means to cancel it.
And once again,
responsibility to
once again, let me repeat.
Basic things that
if you have followed news for as long as I've hosted it, I have insisted that it is not the case that everybody must be giving the same time. But on this occasion, we brought Sammy in for an exclusive of 1 hour because they are the custodian of the program for which issues are being raised. Please, don't tell me that you are going to get 30 minutes like Bright or 20-something minutes like Kabiru.
So how many am I getting?
In the next 10 minutes. In the next 10 minutes. In the next 10 minutes.
You have 30 minutes.
Don't compute this hour to your time, please. It's unfair.
No, you are not being fair to
Kabiru, you are talking to my time.
I came here representing a group.
Changing the company is the same as changing the company objects.
Even the benefit of responding.
You should not ask for more time because the more time you're giving, the more
and I'm saying that. No.
So it is not
you were giving time to talk. You were giving time to talk. I'm saying, hold on, I will return to you guys. Hold on.
You are choosing to attack the issue. You are attacking my person. I'm equally equipped, and I will not do that. And I'm saying that.
We say, and we do this many times. Last week, what we did, we brought the Constitution Review Committee members here, 2 of them. We did an exclusive of 1 hour with them and then gave them the opportunity for the guests to file their questions at them. We believe that it is helpful. Now you have the opportunity to speak. You have questions that are not answered. He is responding. I think that's a fair way to do the show.
So you can organize exclusive for Sammy Gyamfi to come and explain to him. But if you bring us to the studio, to have a discussion, then there must be some parity.
So what will I give you 40 minutes?
He's not giving me 40 minutes.
Can we come back? Can we hear Senor now and come back? Thank you. Senor.
That's the point.
In the losses and so on and so forth. After having heard Sammy throughout to this point, having been provided the evidence that you have seen, is this still necessary? If it is, what will it be about?
Samson, first and foremost, the call is still necessary because of some apparent posturing of the media, some of the media and some civil society organizations acting as if they are even the mouthpiece of the Gold Board and behaving as if the Gold Board effect, the impact of the gold is not just on the economy but on their pockets. And that posturing clouds the issue. And I think that it's about time that investigation is put in motion so that clarity will be brought. It is even more important because...
The investigation is going to say what?
Yeah, it's even more important because we will then know clearly, because we know, he said the Bower Rock is providing insurance cover guarantee, or they are providing guarantee. We know, as of the laws of Ghana, insurance companies do not provide guarantee for good trading. So we have to know.
Which law?
Oh, no, I beg we have to know. He has to provide the details.
Which law?
It is okay. I'm saying that for gold trading in Ghana, give me examples of what they have done. Give me example. I'm saying that they are not. So allow me to make the point. So give me the evidence of their insurance.
That's not professional.
It is not true. It is something that man doesn't even know that again. The myth. It is taking insurance guarantee from
that's a weak one that
it is no.
Can we hear Kabiru?
Please, the way Senator is behaving, I mean, he has seen nothing wrong. He has seen nothing wrong with gold. He has seen from day one. He has seen nothing wrong with gold. We have run out of time. And that portion is bad because that particular portion, you have never said anything wrong with gold. And that portion is so bad for our democracy.
They should be using
there are issues.
Now this money.
We are raising issue of where Galamsey gold gold is going because it's a fact that galamsey is increasing and it's going
a
on.
Very important issue.
But they are saying that the increase in volume is attributed to mopping galamsey gold. I mean, mopping gold from small-scale miners. But it's on record, even your own chart has shown that between 2023 and 2024, the volumes of small-scale export has almost doubled. There was no gold bond.
It could not go back to 2017. Again, please remember, you had 74 tons. You had 74 tons. Last year, you did 63.
Sammy Gyamfi is explaining that exchange differential is accounting for the fact, but it's on record in May to have stated, Sammy Gyamfi, that the good news is that, in fact, I quote, the good news is that they are buying at the spot exchange rate. That is, and that they are not using, in fact, and that
I ask him that question.
We are buying the gold at an interbank rate instead of the black market rate.
You see us giving bonuses.
This is what he stated.
Add the bonus to the interbank price, and you
today he's telling us today.
So you don't
today he's telling that he's not buying at the interbank rate. He's not buying at the interbank rate. That they are buying at the spot rate.
They give bonuses.
And that the spot. You are committing the issue. We are exposing the lack of consistency in your own system because you told the whole country that you are buying the gold at the interbank rate. Now you are trying to tell me that you are buying at, the forex rate because that is a prevailing market. That is inconsistent from your own statement. You told the good people of Ghana you are buying at interbank rate. And that speaks to the what? The lack of efficiency in their operation. And then when there is lack of efficiency, we point it out. And if it smells like a duck, it costs like a duck, it was like a duck, it must be a duck.
It doesn't work like a duck.
And if under this arrangement, Sammy Gyamfi is telling us that the arrangement is designed to fail. And that arrangement is designed to fail because one, they buy gold at a rate.
Did you design? You designed it. You went down.
We did not design the pricing mechanism.
Thank you.
We did not design the pricing mechanism.
You did. How come you make losses in 2023?
Thank you, Dr. Kabiru. Dr. Kabiru, thank you. Thank you.
You know it. You pretend like you don't. You were doing it at a higher cost.
Thank you. 2.25%. Dr. Kabiru, I haven't denied you a anything.
So
the time that is left is what I'm sharing with you to get all of you your last commentary.
Yes.
I'm coming to Saammy Gyamfi now.
But with the greater respect, that's not being fair. That's not being fair. You know it's not being fair. Because in the first round,
when I ask you a specific question, you answer it.
But
I'm the moderator of this program.
There are other issues that
I'll moderate this program.
There are other issues we need to tell
Sammy, we have less than 4 minutes. I'm giving you 2 of those minutes. Quick. No, you can't do 3 minutes. 2 minutes. Quick.
Senior must have it. It's more than enough.
Quick.
The first thing was that I told you that over the years, gold has always been bought at informal retail market rates. This is the first time that we've gotten an institution, Gold Board, bringing buying rate to interbank. However, due to price trends in neighboring countries and counter-smuggling prices, we add a bonus. When you adjust bonus plus interbank price, it takes the final price to near retail market. It is still lower than what the price at which NPP was buying, but it is near retail market price. And when accountants then translate FX inflows at a lower interbank or BOG rate, that creates the difference, the chunk of what you're calling cost or losses. Number 2, who is buying the galamsey gold? I think that for those who are very interested in the environmental cost of what we do, it's important that we answer this question. You see, banks in Ghana are not supposed to take deposits from armed robbers. So it's like somebody coming to say that the armed robbers in Ghana, where do they put their money? Who takes armed robbers deposits? That's the kind of argument. Gold Board was established to achieve what has never been pursued in Ghana, which is traceability in the trading of gold. Even though we bought and traded gold in Ghana since time immemorial, this is the first time a government has given clear timelines for achieving traceability. If you check our website, the terms and conditions of all our licenses are there. We as an institution don't buy gold. We buy gold through our licensees, the traders. And the terms and conditions of their license are express. You buy as exclusively from licensed miners. And Section 59C of our law says that if you breach that, you have committed a crime. To check that, we are bringing traceability. And we have achieved all these successes while waging a fight against Galamsey like has never been witnessed in the last decade, where Galamsey became a free-for-all enterprise for party functionaries. Today, we have revoked the airline that allowed mining in forest reserves. We have imposed restrictions on the importation of excavators. We have cleared illegal miners from 9 forest reserves. We are arresting illegal miners. Water bodies are clearing up. Excavators that have been seized have not gotten missing. We have not said that our party here is Sika. So we are going to make Galamsey a free-for-all enterprise.
Thank you, Sammy. Guys. You know what? So I have so many questions. I have so many questions to ask you that, but I couldn't ask it because of the way you are dealing with the time. Senor, in 1 minute, look in the camera. The Galamsey, anti-Galamsey scorecard. Where are we? Go ahead.
Mr. President, my message is straight to Mr. President.
Right. Go ahead.
We appreciate the repeal of the airline.
Good.
We appreciate the intervention of NIMOS.
Thank you.
But these are not enough. We were expecting to see stronger action. Saammy Gyamfi, you are making 800 million CD profit according to what you said here.
No profit. Surplus.
If you are surplus, if true to your word, and that is once you are supportive of the fight against Galamsey, I'm committing you on this show to give significant funding to support NIMOS in this fight against Galamsey. No, it's not enough. But 800 million, you should give us about 40 million. But we'll come to it. The next thing, please, Mr. President. This country will live by what we measure. Please, we want as a public to see on a daily basis the water stability levels across the country for every single water plant.
That has been improved.
Sorry, you were talking, you didn't hear it. You see, that's your problem. Now, Mr. President, the next thing we need, we have problems with our food. We beg you, we need reports on the quality of food being published on a quarterly basis. That is how you can objectively see if your appointees are lying to you or not. And we'll be in a better position to help you manage
my guests have been Saammy Gyamfi, Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gold Board. Bright Simmons is Honorary Vice President of Imani Africa. Dr. Mahamatia Abdul Kabiru is MP for Wali Wali and member of Finance Committee. Senyor Hosi is convener, One Ghana Movement, and trustee of the Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey. Joy FM's 90s Jam 2026 was a vibrant and memorable celebration of music, culture, and community. The massive turnout, high energy, and lively atmosphere once again confirmed the event's place as one of Ghana's most anticipated nostalgia experiences. We acknowledge feedback from some patrons regarding the event ending earlier than scheduled. While operational considerations informed this decision, we recognize that it may have fallen short of the expectations of some guests. For this, we sincerely apologize. We extend our heartfelt appreciation to our
PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.